This video is intended to try and capture how the average college student feels about 2012 and the end of the world. 3 college students were interviewed with all the same questions to try to understand how the 2012 debate affects the average college student. After the interviews, there will be a brief explanation about the Maya and the 2012 date to help to understand where this date comes from.
My name is Hannah Boyer. I'm 18 years old, and I'm a freshman here at Indiana University.
Do you believe that the world will end in 2012?
Some days yes and some days no.
Why?
I think I let it get to myself some days more than others, and if I start to think about it, then I start to really think about it.
Okay. Are you planning your life around this date?
Not so much that I'm planning my life around the date, but that sometimes I feel like I need to do things that I was going to do later in life earlier, just because I'm afraid something might happen.
So you do think about it. Do you talk about it with your friends a lot?
Yeah, it comes up. If it comes up in conversation, we'll spend some time talking about it, but we don't bring it up that much, but it might be because we're all too scared to talk about it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Go.
My name is Alex, and I'm 21, and I'm a junior. Well, rising senior.
Okay. Do you believe that the world will end in 2012?
No.
No, not at all?
No, I don't believe that at all.
Have you planned your life around this date at all?
No. I think about it from time to time, but I don't plan my life around it, no.
Is this date important to you and your friends? Do you talk about it a lot? Does it come up in conversation?
It is a topic of conversation. One of my roommates is terrified of 2012 and cries sometimes and can't sleep because of anxiety, but ultimately I don't really believe it because I choose not to.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Katie Griswold. I am a junior, and
What is it? Okay, do you believe that the world will end in 2012?
no, I do not.
Not at all?
No, I don't think it's going to end in 2012. I think something's going to happen, but I don't think the world's going to end.
So, have you planned your life at all around this date?
No.
Okay. And is this a topic of conversation for you and your friends? Does it come up a lot?
It comes up every now and then, but most of the time it's like not a really big conversation.
All right, thank you. To understand the 2012 date, we first must understand where the Mayan calendar came from. The Mayan calendar was a system that kept a series of records of cycles that was based on movements of the sun, moon, and Venus. In their system, any given date would reoccur in intervals, just as our present-day calendar. Within the Mayan calendar, there are a few different calendars. There's the Tolkien, the Hob, and the Long Count. There's also the calendar round, which is made up of the Tolkien and Hob. December 21st, 2012 is marked through the Maya's long count calendar. The long count calendar is important because it sets a fixed point in time for the Maya. It is a linear calendar that adds up numbers. The December 21st, 2012 date will mark the 13 Baktun, which is a holy number for the Maya. The number is holy because it stands for the 13 levels of heaven and gods. It is unknown whether this December 21st, 2012 date will bring destruction or simply bring in a new age to the world. There is actually a date in the Mayan ruin stela that the King Pakal had inscribed his birthday celebration 80 calendar rounds later. This is past the 2012 date, so it is unsure if the calendar will restart at that 2012 date. Is a special year. Not only does it mark the completion of the Maya long count calendar, it is also the completion of the 26,000-year precession of the equinox cycle. Also, there will be the galactic alignment in the Milky Way for the first time in 26,000 years. The other thing that's happening in 2012 is the solar cycle that happens every 11 years, which during this time solar flares become more frequent and more dangerous. Many people believe that these are just too many coincidences to be happening in 2012. In my interviews, I found that the average college student does not care too much about 2012, nor do they believe that the world is going to end. No one knows what this day will bring. It may lead to death and destruction or bring humanity into a new era. Nothing could happen. One thing is for sure, though, only time will tell.